Hey, it's Jason from Aquarium and Reptile Depot in Citrus Heights. We are gonna do an unboxing of a new filter that we carry in the store. It's called Mighty Aquarium Filter from Mighty Aquarium Filter. So this is their extra small. So we brought this line of filter in for customers that have smaller tanks. It's pretty challenging finding an appropriate size aquarium filter for a smaller tank just because there's limitations as far as not being able to hang it on the back of the tank because it's too deep or it's too shallow and it won't, or you're close to a wall. So basically we need a small filter for that type of setup. So again, so this meets the need of the customer. So that's why we are supplying it. So I'm gonna open this one up. This is their extra small version. It's up to 3 gallons. It's recommended for a 2-gallon tank. Really cool box with the beta in the front of it, which is probably why you have a 2-gallon tank for a beta in it. So yeah, let's open it up here. Nothing really on the box. On the outside does 40 gallons per hour, just so you know a little bit of the specs of it. Some directions, but who reads those? That's why you're watching the video. And yeah, here's the little filter here for you. It comes with extra filters, which we don't need right now, packaging material, and then inside the filter has a sponge, which goes on the intake, which I'll show you guys in a little while. And then the actual filters, the strainer, and an extender. So these filters go in here, so it acts as a mechanical and biological filter. For a 2-gallon, you don't need a whole bunch of filtration just because you really shouldn't having too many fish in the aquarium. But if there is a little bit of room, if you want to add some more media in there, but I think this is just fine just running it stock. The pump is on the back here, so outside the tank. And then, yeah, we'll hook this up. Here. It has a valve on the top that will increase the flow or decrease the flow of it. And then you're gonna put, we don't need the extender for our purpose here, so we're just gonna put the one with the strainer. You see the little lines in it. So fish, shrimp do not get sucked up. And then to ensure that they don't, and if it's okay, it's gonna reduce the flow a little bit, but the intake sponge will go right on it. It's still coarse and it still allows water to go through it, but that definitely prevents any small fish or any shrimp or inverts to go in it. So yeah, so that's basically set up for it. Super simple. So they worked in collaboration with Ultum Nature Systems along with us to figure out the situation. So I got a 45S from UNS here, and we are a big partner of UNS, and we have a lot of different sizes. This tank's a little bit bigger than what the filter's rated up for, but when it's all said and done with water displacement and things like that, a 45S, I believe, is 5.9 gallons. So it's probably right around that 3-4 gallons once it's all filled, and I doubt you're gonna fill it to the brim or anything like that. So yeah, all you have to do on these filters is just hook it onto the back of it. Super simple. As you can see, if you had substrate or plants or anything like that, it still allows room for that, and you get a filter. For most purposes, like for us, like to recommend a filter like with this shallow footprint, it's hard to find one that's actually gonna be able to meet those needs. You don't really want an internal filter just because like you're just gonna be blowing everything across the tank. So this is kind of a minimalistic tank. This is the look that you're trying to go for. You hook up a little light to it, you plan it out, and you're ready to go. It's pretty straightforward. Like I said, it comes with the replacement filters. If you need just to rinse them, I would just take these out, grab a little bit of the water when you do a water change, kind of just squeeze it out and put it right back in there. And then when it looks like it's kind of worn and used, go ahead and replace it. We sell replacement filters when you need it. The cost of this filter is only $15.99, and that's in stock at 8201 Auburn Boulevard in Citrus Heights. So if you need a small filter for your tank, come by, take a look at this. We're really happy that we brought this line in. We also carry another version that's slightly larger. So we have those 2 sizes in stock right now. Now that you have a tank and a filter, just quickly to set it up, you need a light. I like the Hygger Apex clip-on light. It's gonna be simple, clean. You can just like hinge it up if you need to work on the tank. Really simple, $29.99. Simple function for this one. It's a shallow tank, so when you remember that, you don't need very much light because it doesn't have much room to actually penetrate. So this light will just do just fine for you. A little bit of contra soil from UNS for the plants to grow into, the roots to go into. If you want to cap it with some decorative sand, you definitely can. And then yeah, just some simple plants. Like I said, that's a minimalistic tank, so you generally don't want anything too tall. Some short plants that I recommend getting is possibly some dwarf hairgrass that came in really nice this week, some dwarf sage. Those would be really good options for the tank. I wouldn't put too many plants in there or it's not gonna look proportionate. Maybe some crypts, but that's probably what I would recommend. Get a piece of driftwood coming out of it. We really like ghost wood. And then like if I were to kind of find one real quick, and maybe get something, nothing like that. Possibly just one piece. $19.99, you're done. We can go check it out when we put it in the front, but I think it'll kind of stand out of the tank, which is really neat. So you want to add any plants that like house plants on top, possibly some air plants, which we stock. You can put that on there as well. And yeah, I think you're all set up for an aquarium. Now we're looking for fish options. We like betas, so I think beta would be a really cool setup for it. A lot of females, so you wanted some variety, you could put a few females in there. We generally in the store recommend like 5 or more for a sorority. I think you can make it work in that tank. You just gotta plant it heavily and then make sure you just stay up on the water quality and such. But I think those are good options, or maybe just do 1 male or 1 female and call it a day. The top is open on that tank, so I would be a little careful just because fish jump. But if you put some nice floating plants, redroot floater, Salvinia minima, duckweed, frogbit, any of that type of plant, that would be really helpful because the fish can tell where the surface is at, so they may not be as likely to jump. Another option for you guys is the shrimp, and then we have our shrimp wall here with some neocaridinias that come in all types of colors. It's like Skittles, and then, or you can do the caridina shrimp, you can do that as well. And those are pretty low maintenance for those type of tanks because they don't really require a lot. They don't have a heavy bioload, the shrimp. And sometimes you can mix the beta and the shrimp together, but you gotta be a little careful. The beta may try to eat the shrimp or little baby shrimp that come out. But yeah, that would be a good option for such a small tank. You don't have to really worry much about it. We really like the shrimp here, easy to take care of. Just make sure your tank cycles for both, for the beta or the shrimp. Shrimp, we recommend a little longer because you want your tank to develop a little bit more biofilm. So just remember that, properly cycle your tank before putting anything in there. All right, we're done here. This is just quickly doing it. I'm sure you guys can do a better version at home, but this was just put together. We wanted to do an unboxing on the Mighty Aquarium filter because we've been pretty ecstatic bringing that filter in to set up for these small tanks. Because before people asked how do you really filter it, and we wouldn't have the best answer for it besides like a sponge filter. But I think this is gonna be a lot better. It'll create flow, create oxygen, so forth and so on. But this thing, this setup here, small bottle conditioner, small bottle of bacteria, a little bit of plants, you're probably about 120, 150 out the door, ready to go. Looks great on a nightstand or end table or coffee table. Yep, straightforward. Come by and see us. If you want us to help you set up a small aquarium like this, come by, check out the small filters that we have in stock. We have a lot of other filters here, anything from canisters to bigger hang on the backs, internals, sponges, whatever you're looking for. But if you can't make it into the store, if you're not nearby, or you just want us to ship it to you, we're more than welcome to. It's depotpet.shop. We have our online store, so make sure to check that out. And we are shipping only there. But yeah, come by the store, subscribe to our other outlets as far as social media. So we have YouTube, right? We have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have X. So definitely check us out there. Fumbled that away. So I'm gonna go back to work so I don't have to do any more of this. All right, guys, see you next time.